What up, everybody? Everybody, what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the What's Up, Everybody podcast. Here with my co-host, Sweet Tea, and we have a guest. Pretty much our first guest with me and you in here.
Yeah,
I've had
this is
Sensei
the first
Seth.
Three-way cast.
Yeah, three-way cast. This is my man, Weston Wilson, and he trains here. One of our pros. This dude has fought at 135, 145, 155, 170, and 185.
Yep.
This guy has fought just about every weight class. We got to get that 125, and we got to get a heavyweight. And a heavyweight. And then you'd be
to
be it.
Japan and just do open weight.
Yeah, just do all the open weight MMA fights for sure. For sure. I mean, but anyway, tell a little bit of history about yourself, Weston.
Well, let's see. I'm 33 years old. I was born in Orange County, California.
Ooh.
I grew up all over the place.
Yeah.
And I got into MMA like way before it was cool. Back when I was in 5th grade, it was like in the late 90s. My dad worked for the DEA. And I used to go and spend the summers just like hanging out at his office.
The DEA?
Yeah, Drug Enforcement Administration.
Oh, nice.
He's got some cool stories, actually.
Need him on the podcast, bro.
It was, dude, right before my Bellator fight. It was the first time I ever had my dad kind of in the back. Like, he wasn't in my corner officially, but like he was in the back just hanging out with us.
Yeah.
And I was like super nervous, first time fighting on national television, things like that. And he's like, yeah, I bet it's a lot like my first drug bust. You know, we had our guns ready. They had their guns ready and kicked the door in. And, you know, it was all. And I was like, oh, man.
Yeah,
that is nothing compared to fighting. I was like, so I instantly was like, yeah, why am I worried? Like, I'm a wimp. Like, being scared of a fight. And then,
I could possibly die. You know, well, you're more apt to die getting shot and doing a drug bust than you are probably doing an MMA fight. Yeah.
And that was the first fight.
Guaranteed.
That was the very first fight where, like, it finally things had slowed down for me in the cage, and I was like super clear, like headed and in that like flow state.
Now you spent some time in like Brazil and got some training out there, right?
Yeah. So I fell in love with the sport in 5th grade because of a guy named Jim Waddell, who's a black belt actually out of American Top Team, and he
just like scooting this up because
this is Weston's first podcast, so.
No,
you speak into this,
not. But
no, he's like because he's leaning forward and he can't see.
I'm
you
like
at
trying
all.
I'm trying to.
Tony's
like,
back here, just like his face can't see his face.
I'm trying to like not block you out,
bro. I'm twice your size, dude. You ain't blocking me out, dog.
All right. So, anyways, I
don't see Tony at all. There you go for it.
So, 5th grade, Jim Waddell like showed me UFC. You know, I think the very first fight I saw was Evan Tanner and Tito Ortiz when Tito body slammed Evan Tanner unconscious. Yeah. Super cool. And
right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Evan
yeah,
Tanner.
dude. R.I.P. bro.
So that was like the very first fight I ever saw. And then when I was in high school, I wrestled and, you know, recruited to wrestle in college and everything like that. But then my senior year, we moved to Brazil. And then when I get to Brazil, they're like, hey, you need to repeat your junior year because you're not going to go to college with your grades and everything else.
Were your grades bad?
No, they were just BC student. I was an AB student actually, and I was
definitely. I was an A B C D E F G student.
College, on the other hand,
minus the A, bro.
Talking about me?
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
College, on the other hand,
to be honest,
D's get degrees, and that's all that matters.
Ooh, okay.
But no, so we moved to Brazil, and my dad was like, hey, you know what, you can't wrestle, so I'll let you get into MMA, just find a place. And so 16 years old, went to Brazilian Top Team São Paulo.
Ooh.
At
legit.
the time,
Were they trying to kill you there?
It was pretty rough. Like, only time I've ever had stitches was there. I've only never been cut my whole career except for that one time in Brazil.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Took an elbow to the face.
Yeah, that will do it. That will cut you open.
I'll do it.
Yep.
Tony, what are you eating over here, man?
We have some students that are here from Ireland. They work here, but they're Irish. They're here on work visas. And they travel to Ireland to see family, and they brought me back some Smarties.
It's
Not like American Smarties.
chocolate.
Like a modified version of M&M's, basically.
Like a bigger version of M&M's. It's definitely
Yeah.
bigger. They're pretty good. The chocolate is delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. I was just wondering.
All right,
Sorry,
cool,
sorry to
man.
ruin your story, Mr.
Continue.
Mr.
Yeah,
Wilson.
it was getting super long-winded anyways. Yeah, that's where I got into MMA, though. I was like 16 years old. Got into jiu-jitsu, got into Muay Thai, boxing. Dude, boxing for me was the hardest thing to pick up.
Really?
Like, yeah, I would get just my butt kicked whenever it was boxing day.
Huh.
And now it's probably like one of my better aspects of fighting, but yeah, I'd get wrecked.
I think your awkwardness is your attribute. This guy throws some crazy stuff out of nowhere whenever we spar, and your guillotine. I think if you had a superpower, it would be what would his superpower be, or what?
No, Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah,
Just
just
stretch your limbs.
Yeah, man. He's got literally. We have the same reach. I feel like his reach is longer than mine because every time we jab at the same time, I feel like yours gets to mine.
Dude, you get me first. No, that's a lot.
Okay, but still,
That's a
I
lot.
punch you, and then you still somehow punch me as your head's going back. I'm like, your reach has got to be
You need
longer.
to punch harder so that it knocks him out before his punch.
Before his
gets to you.
punching. I mean, we're talking about sparring, Sweet Tea, not actually fighting.
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
when Sweet Tea spars,
Yeah.
he'll go all soft, and then all of a sudden it's like a bull in a china shop, and you're like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I'm going to lose my head.
Or he spin back, kicks you so fast it breaks a rib.
Shout out Barnyard.
Sorry,
Barnyard.
It's perfectly timed. I didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah, I mean, by the way, Barnyard is one of our students. If you saw him, you know why we call him Barnyard. So, mullet, 6'3", from where's he from? Louisiana. He's Barnyard.
Cajun.
Yeah. But I see. I mean, should we even be in the same room with this guy? He's wearing a Slytherin shirt. Show everybody your Slytherin shirt, dude.
Represent.
And me and Sweet Tea are Hufflepuffs. We decided to wear it. Sweet Tea don't have his on today. He's wearing his karate shirt, which is cool.
In the grand scheme of things, I have no idea about Harry Potter, really. I just do the world and the rides. And I'm a big fan of Hagrid.
Yeah. Because you look like Hagrid right now. I think that's why. They
Other than that,
have some similarities.
I have no hard feelings towards you, man.
Yeah, it's
I
all
feel like
good.
I should just jump over this table and start fighting you right now.
Me or
Slytherin.
him?
Slytherin.
Oh.
We do every Wednesday.
I know we
Every
do.
Saturday.
We beat each other up Wednesday and Saturdays for sure.
Yeah.
Now, we got this guy on. Now, you're fighting this weekend.
Yeah,
This coming
if
weekend.
The opponent will sign the contract, we are good to go.
This guy has had the hardest time. I mean, okay, what I mean by hardest time, finding an opponent without like 2 days notice, right? I know we had a call not too long ago, like, hey man, will you
Yeah.
fight this guy tomorrow? We're like, no. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's just stupid matchups too. Like, because I am tall for my weight class, people want to put me up a weight class all the time, or 2 weight classes.
That's why you went all the way up to 185, I think.
Well, yeah, it was supposed to be at 70, and the dude came in like 10 pounds overweight.
Yeah. How many opponents did we go through to get you a fight for this Saturday?
We've probably reached out to about 20, 25 people, all different records, all different weights, just whatever. And
Finally got one.
yeah, and we were offering big money too. Like, I offered a bigger payday than I've ever made in this sport.
About 100
period.
G's.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, my
No,
man, he
but-
rolls like that.
But yeah, I mean, we were offering big money too, and we just couldn't find anybody to stick. And originally too, like, we were gonna fight Anthony Burchak.
Yeah,
And
he
then-
was a UFC vet.
Yeah, and then he didn't want to fight. Now he asked to fight me in Vegas May 6th. So I think May 6th we're gonna fight finally.
Let's go. So you can be fighting this coming weekend, and then in
Then
May.
May 6th,
This guy
yeah.
fights more. How many fights have you had this year?
This year, none. But last
last
year I did 1 fight a month for 5 months straight.
Ridiculous.
And one guy actually broke his ankle walking to the cage and had to pull out the fight.
I feel like if we can't get you anybody, you just go straight to the UFC. Come
I
on,
think
Dana
we-
White. Let's
I
get
think
this
we
guy.
need to make a
You,
call,
we need
but-
you. We got my man Sweeney up in here. He's fighting
Cole Smith.
Cole Smith.
Yeah.
You know, the UFC vet. That's coming up in a few months. So got some big things happening here. UK, baby, upstate karate, not the actual UK.
Yeah, not United
Yeah,
Kingdom.
yeah. They know what we're talking about.
Hey, WB, quick question.
Lay it on me.
Did you ever have trouble finding opponents coming up? I feel like you never really had trouble.
Not in MMA. Okay, so for my first fight, you talking about MMA or kickboxing?
MMA.
Okay. My very first fight, we had trouble. And only had 5 fights before I was into the UFC, right? And before I even had my MMA debut, I had like zero. I had literally just gotten a wrestling coach. And then 5 fights and then UFC. So, but the first guy I fought, a guy named Jeremy Joels, that's what's his name. So it was a promotion. I think the guy's out of Atlanta. Fight Party MMA. It was like called Fight Party. But we had some big names on that first card. They had some really. I mean, we had OSP. We had Charles Rosa on the same card, who's in the UFC. We had Diego and Douglas Lima on the card. Ridiculous.
You had some.
We had some
vets.
some vets. I mean, and not only that, it was my first MMA fight, and I was supposed to be on the card, but OSP's opponent backed out, so they put me at main event with my first pro MMA fight. My first MMA fight ever. They put me in main event. I'm like, oh my gosh. And not only that, the guy was known to be a wrestler out, but I went through like 8 or 9 people before. It was because of my kickboxing record.
Yeah.
And we were trying to find somebody local because it was a local event. It was actually at the same spot the UFC had their show. It was Korean Zombie versus no, it was the what was his name? It wasn't Korean Zombie. It was that what was his name?
Was it Yair?
No, he's Korean, and he would was it Korean
Doho
Zombie?
Choi?
Yeah, I think it was him.
Korean
Or no, it was
Superboy?
Korean
It
Zombie.
was Korean Zombie.
It was Korean Zombie.
Yeah.
Who did he fight?
It wasn't Yair, was it?
Yair Rodriguez?
Was it Frankie?
I don't know. Hey, Jamie, look that up, dude.
Got you.
But we had more people in the audience than when the UFC came, and I think that had a lot to do because I wasn't on the card and it was my hometown, obviously. But
Yeah, I heard your dad told me the numbers of tickets you sold.
really, I don't even know that.
He said, that you single-handedly sold probably like $30K worth of tickets.
Well, I
35K.
didn't. What? Let's go, dude. But it was awesome. It was epic. But I went through like 8, 9 opponents before I found one that would fight.
So my very first MMA fight, I was main event. I
Yeah.
fought a kid who's 3-0, tapped him out, amateur. And then after that, like the kid was like the Utah equivalent of Uriah Faber, like had the cornrows, long hair,
Oh, yeah,
named himself the Utah Kid.
The Utah Kid.
Anyways, I smoked him.
I mean, you're in Utah, so
Yeah, I mean, yeah, whatever.
the California Kid. You gotta have.
The
I mean,
Utah Kid.
come
Yeah.
on.
So
that's original.
So that was my first MMA fight. After that, I went through tons and tons of opponents, and then I dropped to 35. Went to 135.
Now,
after
how was that?
and
cut?
then I got so tired of that cut that I went pro because I had like literally I went through in a 12-month span. I probably went through 11 weight cuts and fought 3 times.
Man, 11. That's crazy. That's crazy.
But going through 11 weight cuts and dudes pulling out. So then I was like, let's just go pro. So I went pro, thinking that would solve the problem. And it's my whole career, I've just had guys just pull out last minute, pull out. Like we were supposed to go to Vegas March 4th. I was going to fight on the Tough Enough card. The opponent pulls out. The craziest excuse I've ever heard for a pullout, though.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it?
His wife canceled his flight because him and his wife got in an argument, and so in retaliation, she canceled his flight to
You don't argue with the missus before you're supposed to get on a flight. I tell you that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly, bro.
I don't even think my wife knows how to cancel a flight. I handle all that.
It was Korean Zombie versus Hanato Moicano.
Other
Other notable names on that card. At the time, whenever they announced it, I was like, man, this card's going to be weak. Because, you had just, that whole thing.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I got knocked out. They should have had that fight on the Greenville card.
Dude.
That would have
It was crazy.
packed.
But they announced the UFC Greenville fight on your fight. It was like weird.
Yeah.
Anyways, they had Jerzino Rosenstruck, Kevin Holland, Andrea Lee was on that card. Dan Ige. There was a bunch of Ashley Yoder. There was a bunch of big names.
That was such a good card for the amount of people not to like the amount of people that showed up. It could have been way bigger. It could have been way bigger. Like, first off, you don't go to a guy's hometown that fights in the UFC and was ranked kind of, in the top 10 and not put him on the card.
Yeah, you were like number 5 or 6 at the time, right?
Yeah, because I got beat by Till. I was number 1 at the time. And then I got knocked out by Anthony.
Oh, man.
So I have a confession to
Rough
make.
times.
The only time my wife has ever watched you fight,
Was that
you've
it?
lost. Every time you've lost.
Tell her
is
not to
because my
watch
wife has
ever
watched you
again.
fight.
Tell her not to watch ever
Yeah.
again.
The
dude.
Till fight, the Pettis fight, and then Belil Muhammad fight
It's funny because
are the only 3 fights. And she doesn't watch me fight at all.
I'll go up to people like, yeah, man, I've seen you fight before. I'm like, sweet, dude. Which one? He's like, Anthony Pettis. I'm like, golly, dude, why that one? It's like the only. It's always or like, yeah, I saw you fight Gilbert Burns, or they always see me lose. Like, go back a little bit. You know what I mean? Watch the ones that I win. But yeah, man, that's pretty cool. So
you just gotta have like on your phone just like a quick list of like your highlights. Big, yeah, just watch this.
No, I can't. I'm not that. I can't do that. I can't do that. I'm not that guy. But Tony? Did you ever have any trouble finding fights?
I've had trouble finding fighters for.
Back up a little bit, West. All you can see is Tony's mouth moving in the camera.
I've had trouble finding fighters to fight since what year did I graduate college? 2013. Man. So
Just nobody would.
nobody's
nobody
ever
wants to
wanted to
fight.
fight me ever.
Yeah, ever since Tony
That's why I've never had a
graduated,
fight.
we've been looking for him a fight,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody's just pulled up.
Nope.
They're like, take one look at this dude, like that scruffy dude. Nah, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like a
like
lumberjack. He looks like Hagrid.
Mm-hmm. He was with that.
Gotta
that
pull
big
out his
dude that
umbrella
ride on
wand.
That little motorcycle, bro.
Well, you about to get one, dude. Way gas prices are right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna be getting me a little motorcycle, dude.
For real?
No.
I was about to say, get you a
Just
little
get a
moped.
moped.
You should look like a Hagrid. We should all pull up in our get a ruckus, little moped gang.
Mm-hmm.
Just roll up. Pew.
Dude, they're at BYU in Provo in college. There's like a ton of moped gangs. Like that whole town is just everybody's on mopeds.
BYU would have moped gangs,
Yeah,
bro.
no, 100%. And they all try to act like they're hard. They're like all these. We call them Provo All Stars. They go out and do like the summer sales and bring in like $50,000 in one summer. Some actually bring in more than that, but they think they're like really cool, so they buy themselves like the best mopeds and they like.
Oh yeah,
drive around
they
thinking
like
they're
modify them, little superchargers on them bad
Yeah.
boys, extended back
Mm-hmm.
wheel.
Put a playing card on the spokes.
Oh yeah,
Give it good sound, bro.
The ace of spades.
yeah, they got to do the ace. So we got that coming this weekend. So me and Sweet Tea, we're going to be in Greer this coming weekend. So you local people, come by the Spinning Jenny, where my man Westin, and we got, how many people we got fight on the card?
So if I fight, we'll have 4.
4.
If I don't fight, we'll have 3. No, and then we got the 2 kids.
Yeah.
So we'll have 5.
5 fights, dude. Short and sweet. That's how we like it. That's how we do it down here, baby. Short and
Oh,
sweet.
No, I think we'll have a total of 7 to 8 fights.
Okay,
total.
that's still cool.
Yeah.
That's still cool. But we'll have
no intermissions because I hate intermissions.
Yeah,
as
we
a
don't need
fighter.
no intermission, dude. But we got them down from like kids. It's funny how that worked out. We had like 2 of our students, Blake and Kyle, and these guys are scrappers. And they're like, "Hey man, is there any way we can fight on the card?" We're like, yeah. Wes was like, yeah. So they actually are on the card. They're the first fight of the night, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna be scrapping. They're like best buds. They train together. They're like best buds. And anyway, they'll be scrapping this weekend. But me and Sweet Tea.
I asked your dad, I was like, hey, is it cool if Blake and Kyle do like a kickboxing exhibition? And your dad's like, no. It needs to be a real fight.
He's like, no exhibition.
Dude, like, so hardcore.
A real
he's
fight.
He's like, nobody wants to watch an exhibition. People want real fights. And I was like, yeah, I'm cool with that. I just didn't know if you wanted to have your own students fight each other, but that's cool.
Like, yes. Now, will they walk out for like their own music and stuff? I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
dude,
guess
let's
so.
go. Let's look at what?
And
That's gonna be fun, man. I
y'all
can't
going to
wait.
be announcing and,
Yeah.
and commentating?
Me and Sweet Tea are gonna be the commentators, and you can actually watch the fights if you won't be able to make it. If you're not in town, where can they find the? Somebody told me on my Instagram they couldn't find a link or the tickets aren't up or something. Are the tickets up?
No, they're up.
Okay.
So, yeah, combatcast.tv. That's my little live streaming company.
We'll put
I
that in the
started.
description. We'll put that up in the description, guys. So click that
Absolutely.
link. Click
And
it.
then /UFN for Upstate Fight Night.
Upstate Fight Night.
Where's the poster at? Grab a
Dude,
poster.
I
Show
put
'em the poster.
UFN and it switched to autocorrect to UFC.
That's probably why they couldn't find the link, bro.
Probably
They're like, dude, I can't find the link. This is UFC. I ain't trying to pay $5,000 for no fights in Greer, dog.
$5,000.
So, yeah, I made a couple different posters. just-
Okay.
So
Ooh,
you guys
okay.
can see that.
Let's go.
Dude, Eric's fighting?
Yeah.
Word. Show 'em the
Word
best
to the
poster.
turd. And this is probably the best one right here.
This is if you come for any other reason, let it be the commentary.
Yeah, it's got to be the commentary. And this is our first time commentating together, actually ever.
Well, we commentate like online live
Yeah,
fights.
that's fun though. We're just
That's fun. We're chill, but we actually have to like
Semi-professional.
be in front of real people.
I mean, I think we should just have some fun, dude.
Of course you do. Steven's one of those zero research guys. I'm trying to know their backgrounds. I'm trying to know their age, blood type,
That's Tony.
degree status.
So I mean,
Credit
history.
history.
that's what I
Credit
did.
history.
Credit
Yeah,
history.
that's what I did whenever Fox asked me to be behind the desk with like, who was it? It was DC. It was
Dominic Cruz,
Cruz.
Cam Bryant.
Oh man, I know. And I literally just went up there and winged it. I had no idea who was fighting. I was winging it, and I thought I did pretty good.
Apparently not, because they never asked you back.
No, they asked me back. They stopped asking me because they switched to ESPN. They just had a new people. So it's like right around the time they switched to ESPN. Or the fact that like they wanted me to come in and I said I couldn't do it, and they just never asked me after that.
Yeah.
But they were like, Steven, you were probably one of the best,
I'm pretty sure you won an award for that.
I
right?
did. I won an award.
What was it called?
The best commentator award.
One night stand.
Well, yeah. One night stand award. That's what I got. But go to the link, guys. Get your tickets. Check it out. If not, watch it online. Come hang out with me and Sweet Tea. Watch some good
Yeah,
fights.
just hear us chit chatting,
And
talking about the guys, breaking them down, having a good time. I'm gonna keep talking so Weston can.
the cool thing about the venue, though, is it's like really intimate. It's like only 400 people
Yeah.
tops. So if you are going to go, get your ticket soon because they will
wiped.
sell out. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in the UFC, it's like the cage is bright, but you can't really see a whole lot of people. You can barely see the people. They're like a blur. But this, you're gonna be able to see the whites of their eyes.
Yeah.
That dude, he's gonna be.
And then our second show, the plan is to have Tony actually get a fight.
Ooh.
In headline, main event.
Yeah.
Main event.
Main event, just
Winner
like
of
his
Blake and
brother.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Deal.
Actually, we'll have Blake and Kyle be on their shoulders, and we'll have them in a trench coat fighting Tony
Yeah.
as an
And
adult.
they just both fight Tony.
Yeah.
Same time. Anyway, check it out, guys. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be hilarious. We're gonna have a good time. So let's go.
So, moving on to, I think we're gonna have a little competition here. Now that we got Weston in here, we got WB in here. They're both big anime and big Harry Potter fans, and y'all are gonna be the judge out there in listening land. Who has the better answers?
Okay.
Or do you agree or do you disagree? We want to know what your thoughts are. But I'm going to go through the UFC pound for pound ranking list, and you guys are going to discuss which Harry Potter houses you think these fighters should be in. I'm not going to go in order. I'm going to mix it up.
Should we review the characteristics of each house, though?
Absolutely not.
My man had it pulled up on his phone too, so he just shot that.
I did.
down.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Just literally for my sake, because I don't know. I know Slytherin has to do with the snake. Hufflepuff has to do with a puffy huffle. And,
All right. So Gryffindor, their values are bravery, helping others, and chivalry.
Okay.
Hufflepuff, hard work, patience, loyalty, and fair play. Ravenclaw is intelligence, knowledge, planning ahead, and wit. and Slytherin is ambition, cunningness, heritage, and resourcefulness.
Okay.
WB, are you ready?
Just lay it on me, dude.
All right.
First up.
First up, we're going to start with good old. Wrong one. I'm going to throw y'all off.
All right.
Henry
Let's
Cejudo.
do Glover Teixeira.
Glover. He's definitely Ravenclaw, man. I feel like he's a Ravenclaw. He's smart. You know what I mean? He's a tactician out there. He's older. And I don't know. He's not a very loud person. I would go with Ravenclaw. What about you?
Man, I'm going to say Hufflepuff because here's the thing about Glover. A dude is a workhorse.
Yeah.
And he's gotten, like, smarter with how he trains, but he used to be, you know, shout out to my old very first MMA gym outside of Brazil was the Pit Elevated.
Yeah.
And Glover was a pit guy under John Houckman for a long time. And so he used to, like, that was what he was, man, was a workhorse, just working hard.
See, I don't know.
And
This guy,
super
he's
nice,
trained with
like,
just about everybody in the
super
UFC. So.
Well, I've never trained with Glover. We had that connection through
Gotcha.
Court McGee. But, yeah, super nice. You know, that's what everybody would always say about him, and just a hard worker.
So you
I
got
would say
Hufflepuff.
or
I got
Glover.
Ravenclaw. Okay.
For Glover Teixeira.
Glover Teixeira. You be the judge. You let us know you know what I'm saying?
And Glover, if you're watching, let us know what your house is. Actually is.
actual house is. But let us know in the comments what you think he is, guys.
This was good. Oh, you're gonna keep.
I was going to say. Never mind. Just keep going.
All right. Let me cheating over here.
I'm the dude.
Davison Figueiredo. You go first this time, Big Wes. Figueiredo.
Man, Figueiredo.
I don't know him. He speaks Portuguese. Like, I don't know, like.
What?
Yeah, I mean, I know him, but, like.
His fighting style, though.
We have to go all on fighting style.
Yeah, I'm just going to go off fighting style.
He would have to be a Hufflepuff as well. He's a workhorse. He looks
No,
like the dude's shredded.
No,
He looks like he would be a Slytherin. He looks like he would be a Slytherin.
Well, because he had that interaction with Moreno, and he did him dirty by going to Henry Cejudo, and Henry and Moreno used to be teammates, and then
Slytherin,
they had
he's
that
Slytherin,
fallout. And so, dude's resourceful.
He's a Slytherin,
dude. I think he's Slytherin. 100%.
Okay, we got that.
Yeah.
Slytherin. He's in your house.
And just how he fights, like,
Yeah.
you know, he when he fought my boy Alex Perez used to be a good training partner of mine. He hit actually the move I like to do. He faked the knee bar. Perez went to take the back, and he snapped up that guillotine. And that's a play. That's right on my playbook right there.
Done.
So yeah, I'm going Slytherin with.
I'm going
with
Slytherin,
Figueiredo.
guys. What about y'all? Let us know.
All right.
Tony T.
On to the next. Let's go with Alexander Volkanovski.
Volkanovski, former 205 champ, the lamp.
205.
Is it 201? It's 185. 185. Sorry. No, 205.
Alexander Volkanovski. He's
Oh,
a little
he's
dude.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. I'm
No,
thinking of
but
Volkov.
but
That's what I'm
here's
thinking
the
of.
thing. Volkanovski used to be like 185. Like,
Yeah, he fought at-
jacked.
He fought at 185, 170, right? All the way down to 145.
I don't know. I just know when he like first started, when he got out of rugby and started doing MMA, he was huge. There's
Yeah,
like
dude.
pictures of him online, and
He's a
he's
big
like
boy.
5'6" and just like a
Golly.
brick house.
I mean, you got to be if you're playing rugby. You got to have that, some muscle to cushion the blow. Okay.
I got my answer.
I'm thinking he's definitely I think he's a Gryffindor.
Same.
Really?
I agree. Yeah, 100%.
Let's go.
Yeah, I think Volkanovski's a Gryffindor, 100%, dude.
Go,
like
go, Gryffindor.
That fight against Ortega.
Yeah.
Dude went balls. His fights against Max Holloway, who I think Max Holloway is also Gryffindor. But
Yeah,
no,
I
it's
agree.
not.
I agree.
But yeah, I mean, dude is brave in the cage. He's also really smart, and he's outside the
He's
cage.
chivalrous.
Yeah, outside the
He's
cage, like
chivalrous.
super nice.
Yeah.
Not known for any antics.
I feel like the Gryffindor and Hufflepuff are fairly similar peeps.
Yeah, the difference though is like when you fight, you let people up, Gryffindors are just gonna
Yeah, they're gonna grab
stay
it.
the
They're gonna-
place. You know, you're gonna like high five them and stuff like that. And
The only person that we can like really look back on, especially in the movies, is Cedric Diggory. That's the only Hufflepuff like really that was Sean,
shout
and
out
he
to
was
Batman.
it was taken away from old Gryffindor Harry. You know what I mean? He was the man and just overshadowed us. I'm proud to be a Hufflepuff. Okay, continue, sweetie.
Anyway, Jan Blachowicz.
Jan Blachowicz.
You know what? I won't do Jan. I'll just stick to mainly the top 10.
Okay.
Just because.
Give us some of the biggest names in the biz. Okay, sorry.
Okay, then Peter Jan.
Ooh.
Jan Flan, dude.
I'm going for all these foreigners, no Americans.
I know, Tony. I am going to go with.
That's all the top pound for pound, bro.
I think his fighting style. He's very intelligent, very smart. His takedown defense is awesome.
Well, that's
He's a very
questionable. He
intelligent-
did an illegal technique to lose the belt his last.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he
Well,
was just
intelligent.
The interim belt though against Sandhagen, that was a fight.
yeah. Oh,
It-
man. I would say it's
Well, he is Russian, so I'm gonna go Slytherin.
he's definitely from Durmstrang. He's Durmstrang.
Yeah.
He's a Durmstrang guy.
He's not even in Hogwarts.
No, he's not even at Hogwarts. This guy's at Durmstrang. Tony, who's next?
Got you. Cop out, but got you. All right, I'll give you an American. Let's go with John Jones.
He's Slytherin, dude. He's Slytherin, bro.
I disagree.
What?
I disagree 100%.
All right, who do you got?
I'm saying Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw?
Dude, his fight just his
Okay,
antics
yeah, he's
outside
smart.
of the his
That's what I'm
antics
looking
outside
at.
of the cage.
Okay,
sure.
so we're just gonna go fighting
But-
style.
we can go whatever.
Okay.
Just back up your argument. So I'm gonna say he's got his antics outside of the cage, but the thing is every house has evil wizards. So I'm gonna stick to this one on fighting style alone. Is his ability to pick people's weaknesses and their strengths and find a way to beat them at their own strengths, like what he did with Thiago Santos when he out wrestled DC, when he then if you look all his rematches, he finishes his rematches like when he close with DC the first one, then he knocked out DC. Close with Gustafsson, then knocks him out the second time.
But it's the way he does it too. Like everybody he's fought has had to have pretty much knee surgery afterwards. Just about, you know what I mean? Kind of just, shady stuff.
Oh, well, yeah, that's very
Eye
very
pokes,
Slytherin-esque,
Oh, I didn't
I
mean to
guess.
poke you 17 times in the face. I didn't mean to poke you.
Well, that's the new John Jones rule. That's,
I
it's
know.
illegal
Because
now.
of him.
Yeah.
I'm going Slytherin. Inside and outside the cage. I'm going Slytherin.
Well, I'll take him on my team.
Yeah, I mean,
The goat.
I would have him too. I mean, I would take him.
Francis Ngannou.
Ooh, Francis Ngannou.
Man, I'm in between two.
I mean, you're going between two.
yeah.
I'm going for I'm thinking.
I'm gonna say Gryffindor.
I was thinking Gryffindor too, dude. I was like Gryffindor or a Ravenclaw.
See, I don't think he's like as intelligent of a fighter, so I was leaning Gryffindor
Just
or
Hufflepuff.
no, Slytherin. One of those two.
Okay.
I know those are like.
I'm
complete
going
opposites, but-
Gryffindor on that. I'm going Gryffindor. I mean, he's chivalrous as well. I mean, he spends a lot of time back home with his mom, where he grew up. I mean, they basically had nothing at the time, and look where he's at now. You know what I mean? And that takes a brave person to be able to leave home. That's all you know. To look where he's at. So I'm going Gryffindor.
Yeah. I was leaning more Gryffindor. I'd say
Okay.
Gryffindor.
All
yeah.
right, let's do it. Gryffindor, guys. What do you think Francis is, guys?
All right, next up, Max Holloway.
Gryffindor, man.
Gryffindor, 100%.
Gryffindor all the way.
Just
He
the way,
asked Dana White when I fought Vicente Luque if he could hold open the cage for me. I thought it was pretty cool. He's like,
y'all were battling for the NMF,
right,
and you ended up winning the title.
that's because I won my fight. I figured if it was his card, he would have won it. You know, but still, I think we should both have one. I might make him one and just send. I got 2 of them. I'll just send him one. Yeah. Just scratch out the name. Mm-hmm. But I'm going Gryffindor.
Yeah, the fight that comes to mind is when him and Ricardo Lamas stood in the middle of the cage, and he just points to the ground, and then they just went ham the last
breaking his defining moment right there.
Yeah.
And the fact that, like, you know, he did very well against Conor McGregor, and Conor McGregor, like, you know, in his prime, working his way up.
Conor's second fight, UFC, yeah.
And that dude, how many fights has he lost, Max?
The 2 Volkanovskis.
I feel like he's one of
Conor,
the best fighters in the UFC.
Poirier beat him twice.
And the way he just handled, what's his name?
Really, everybody except Dang.
He was just looking at the commentators, dodging punches, talking to
Cater, really everybody except for Dang Volkanovski and Poirier.
Yeah.
Yeah, Poirier's 2 fights.
But he went up a weight class to fight Poirier.
Both times.
No. Poirier fought him at 45. When Poirier was
did he?
a 45er.
The first time. The second time.
Yeah, second time he went up for the interim. Dude, and he went up to fight Khabib, and then that fell through.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Wow.
I forgot
why that about that. I don't know. Maybe Khabib couldn't make weight or something.
Yeah.
I feel like that's always his weight. Or something. Go for it, Sweet Tea.
Charles Oliveira.
I think he.
I'm 100% Slytherin. He's not a bad guy. Although people will say he grabs gloves, but who doesn't?
Who was that? Who was at the last fight that literally was standing
Tim
up?
Elliott.
He grabbed a hold of his guy's glove, was punching him in the face. Tim Elliott did that.
Dude, and the best ever was Tim Elliott after the fight was like, they asked him about it, and he's like, yeah, I mean, it just happened. He's like, I'm not going to deny it.
And he's like so blatant. The guy's like doing this, and he's just sitting there trying to punch him. Like, didn't even care what the ref was going to do.
Let's see. We did that one.
What about some guys that have retired?
No. Dustin Poirier. Did we already do Poirier?
No, we didn't do Poirier.
There's really only like 3 left. The last 2 are the biggest ones.
He's. I feel like I don't know. Why isn't any Hufflepuffs coming into mind?
Oh, see, I would say Poirier would be a Hufflepuff.
Really?
Yeah, super nice guy.
Yeah. That's why I said it, because I'm like, should I
just
put him in a Hufflepuff?
Just a hard worker.
Loyal.
He's a loyal guy. Super loyal to the ATT guys.
Dude,
and the Louisiana guys.
Yeah.
He was just in AJ Fletcher, from Louisiana. He was in his corner.
Let's go Hufflepuff. We got 1 tonight.
Yeah, I would say.
I think Slytherin just took everybody.
No. Dude, we got Oliveira and John Jones.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty solid team.
Well, I think John Jones is Ravenclaw, so.
Nah, he's Slytherin, dude. He said, what do you think, Tony?
I think he's in Beaubaton.
All right, Tony, your first movie crush.
Yeah, Fleur Delacour.
Fleur Delacour.
That woman was. I was like 8.5. So
when he saw that movie, he was like, I'm in love with this chick.
Kamaru Usman.
Oh, Kamaru, the UFC champ.
Let's see.
I'm going Hufflepuff, man.
Really?
Yeah, dude. You don't think so? He's not a. I mean, yeah, he talks
overly encouraging.
Really?
Man, I'm leaning Gryffindor with
I'm going Hufflepuff, dude. You're on the same team. I'm going Hufflepuff.
I can see Griffey.
I'm
going
Gryffindor.
It's one or the other. I mean, the attributes are pretty much the same.
Yeah,
pretty much the same.
He's pretty outspoken about some things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm leaning Gryffindor.
For Gryffindor,
yeah.
I'm going Hufflepuff. Taking you, baby. I'm taking you. That's what I'm going for, dude. Hufflepuff. Ew.
There's one more left.
What is it?
Israel Adesanya.
Ravenclaw.
You know what?
I'm going Ravenclaw.
I can see that. Ravenclaw.
Dude, he's smart. Izzy and John Jones kind of remind me of the same. Very smart on their approach on how they're taking out guys and how they're fighting them.
The difference with John Jones is he beats you everywhere. Izzy Adesanya don't take people down.
No.
Izzy Adesanya don't grapple people.
No.
He's 100% wants to strike, and that's what he's trying to do. John Jones will wrestle you and take you down and control you. He's a terrible human being, as of what I know, and what we all know. But as a fighter, John Jones is amazing in how he beats people.
Yeah. That's crazy.
But towards the beginning of it, towards the later part, he's getting kind of lazy, in my opinion. But
what's crazy about John Jones too is like he started. When did he come into the UFC? It was pretty close when I was in the UFC, right? He's been there for a long time.
He got the champ at 23. And he's like 33, 34 now.
And he
was there like 2 years before that.
Yeah. And you see the progression of MMA with the crazy striking and everybody kind of learning everything. He was kind of like that guy. I know that everybody says Rory McDonald, but he's at such a high level at that and still dominant. Is he ever going to fight again? That's the question.
I think he will.
I mean, but what's the deal? What's
cash,
holding?
Just cash money.
Oh, is the cash? Is the money?
I think he should be paid. I don't think he pulls in the numbers like some of these other superstars do. But
he used to. He like when he fought Alex Gustafsson, that was a big card. Was that on my card, Sweet Tea? Did I fight on that card?
I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't know if that was Robert Whitaker.
2008, he was in the UFC.
Wow.
4 years before you.
Dang, dude, he's been there forever. Forever, ever? How old is he?
Dude, he's only like 34. He's only a year older than me.
Golly. Was he 20 when he was in the UFC? Jeez. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah,
Tony's looking it up, guys.
He's a stud, though. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
33.
Do you think he will do well in the heavyweight division?
Yeah. Here's the thing. I think he's so calculated with what he does when it comes to fights. Yeah. That I think he'll be fine. Like everybody's saying, like he's smart because you see these guys who go up a weight class and they try to do it too fast and their body's not used to that weight.
Luke Rockhold, when Luke Rockhold went up, Blachowicz, freaking, yeah.
Like they just go up too fast because it's like, oh, I don't want a weight cut or I want less of a weight cut, so I'm just going to go up. But they're not letting their body like physically acclimate.
Yeah.
Whitaker
to the bigger
actually
body.
Was pretty smart when he went up from 70.
He was used to fighting at sparring and training at that weight because he would walk around like 215, and a lot of guys nowadays are walking around that weight at fighting at 185, and he was a bigger body, big barrel chest. I mean, he was a big boy, but yeah, so I figured, and he would cut because he was so young in his early career. He was young, so his bodies were able to recover faster from that dramatic weight cut. So,
but I think Jones taking that year and a half off to really let his body acclimate to all that muscle mass. Because like one time in my career I bulked up to 185, like walking around at 185.
No way, I would like to.
Which
see
I know
pictures.
That's like because I've stayed at 65 this whole time I've been with you guys. But yeah, I bulked up to 185 and my cardio was shot. It was like the hardest thing. I mean, we bulked up because we're like, all right, let's try to let your body like heal and let's add some mass and whatever. And so the strength and conditioning coach I had, we were doing like really heavy lifting, no cardio. He was like, just eat whatever you want. And dude, I would like grapple like 2 rounds and be like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, just tired.
Yeah, like 10 minutes of grappling, like, I'm done.
I go check it.
What?
I thought you were checking the.
You let me worry about that.
Yes, sir.
No, I was gonna chime in. Whenever I went from college, I played at 275 my whole career because we did a lot of blitzing and stunts and stuff. And then my 5th year, my senior year, redshirt senior year, we got a new D coordinator who wanted to do more of a traditional defense, and I had to put on 30 pounds in like 3 months.
Golly,
terrible. I did it. It was bad. I was miserable. I couldn't function. It was bad.
You probably didn't know how close you were to dying or having a heart attack or something.
Every day.
Tony would have like a 10,000 calorie shake.
Yeah, I did. I would eat, and then I would have a 1,300 calorie shake. Then I would eat again. Then I would have another one.
Golly, what was it?
nuts.
I remember you couldn't walk from the end of the room without sweating.
No, dude, I had to carry like paper towels in my back pocket, so whenever I walked from class to class, I could wipe my sweat off.
That sounds miserable.
It was miserable.
And he was close to losing a foot from diabetes. He beat it though. He beat the diabetes.
But yeah, I think he'll do. I think he should do good. There's a lot of guys up there that I would like to see him face, like Stipe. You know, I want to see him fight Gone. What he could do with his striking with a big boy? You know what I mean? I think Francis out wrestled him. I think it was going to be the other way around. But then obviously them fighting the champ. Now is the champ still staying in the UFC? It looks like it, or is he leaving?
He's got a while off. He's going to have about at least a year off after he's getting knee surgery done.
Oh, he's having knee surgery.
Yeah,
ACL? Was it ACL? Was it meniscus?
I think it was empty.
Bruh, if it ain't
I don't think
ACL,
it was
dude, you don't need to
ACL.
be out for a
Yeah.
year. Come on, man.
But I think they're gonna freeze his contract too, because he had to wait a year because the champion clause or whatever it was, from what I read.
Oh.
He had to wait a year, and then he'd be free to walk in December.
Yeah.
But I think they're gonna postpone it until he's available to.
Speaking of leaving the UFC, did you hear about old Johnny Walker? I mean,
Greg Hardy.
Greg Hardy.
Greg Hardy.
Yeah. Parting ways.
Yeah, man.
I think it's only time. I think it's right. I think it's
How many fights was he on? A 3-fight losing streak? 4, 5, 4?
Yeah,
something.
three.
It was rough. He's 7-5 as an
Yeah.
overall.
So he would lose like 2 and then win 1. You know, like lose,
Mm-hmm.
you know, 1.
And
And
he 3 straight knockout losses.
oh yeah, man. Yeah. Well, he says he ain't done. He said he's still going to be, I guess, doing the MMA thing. So not really sure where else he's going to go. You got Bellator, you got PFL, you got one championship.
Someone will pick him up.
Oh,
for the
speaking
money.
of that, man, our buddy Tom
Yeah.
retained his title for one championship.
Mm-hmm.
Knocked out Gary Tonin.
Tonin.
Golly, that was a scary dude right there to be able to just a heel hook guy. And, you know, I don't want to be heel hooked, I'll tell you that.
Gary Tonin drops for the heel hook, and Ton dropped. Friggin'
Boom.
just a hammer fist down and right on the butt.
Gotta watch out for them heel hooks, man. You get that right hand on you. And you see some guys doing that, dropping for the leg, and they're just getting just doped in the head. Either hammer fist or just straight right. And he dropped all of his weight on that. I was glad to see him. We got to do some training with him. He got to spend some time in South Carolina with us. So it was funny because Ryan Hall was coming in to help him get ready for the Tough Show. And he had Ton and his brother, and he had like 4 or 5 guys from TriStar come to South Carolina. And then Ryan ends up not coming. So he had all these guys there to help Ryan. So we just all trained together. It was before the John. That's when we were all at Mom and Dad's house. That was during the Ronda Rousey and Holly Holmes fight. We went nuts.
Yeah.
It was crazy. So that was fun. That was fun training times. For sure.
I met Ton at Raymond Daniels back in California
Yeah.
with Ryan, and we didn't talk too much, but he's a cool dude.
Yeah, super nice. I think he's a Taekwondo stylist.
Yeah.
Taekwondo, his dad, I think, ran a Taekwondo school or they
Yeah.
ran or something. But glad to see him win that. What weight was that? 155? 155?
It
go,
was
Ton.
technically featherweight though, because ONE FC doesn't do the weight cutting.
Oh,
They all
wink, wink.
come on, but
they all get around that too.
yeah.
Golly, why didn't you just weigh in before you go out of the cage and then fight?
I think that's gonna cause more damage though, because guys are still you're gonna go to the wrestling days where guys are gonna keep their weight really unhealthily low. They're gonna
But
keep
then
hydrating.
they just get doped on by the guy who just I'm just walking around like this weight and just get hammered. Because what you gonna do right before you go out there? You ain't gonna drink a gallon of water before you step out there from the scale to the cage. You know what I mean? Just be and everybody's like, all right, this ain't worth it, so I need to walk around at my normal weight, go up a weight class or something.
You should just do it.
Weigh in, go in the cage. That's how it should be. And if you if you don't make it, your whole purse goes to your opponent.
I think there's some states that do that in amateur though, where you do same day weigh-ins for amateurs.
Yeah, I feel like amateurs shouldn't be cutting weight at all.
Yeah.
I guess just to prepare for pros and get used to it.
Just what I try to do with our guys here is I try to get them their first couple fights like around their own weight class, like whatever they're walking at. Maybe lose 5 pounds, no more than 10,
And then when they're ready to go pro, we get them a couple fights where they're gonna actually like compete in
45 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Cut as much weight as possible.
Yeah.
What's the most weight you've had to cut?
That was the Matt Brown fight. I was like 210, close at some point. Sometimes I was like close to 215. I was lifting a lot of weight, pushing a lot of weight around, and I remember it must have been 20 pounds in 2 days or something like that, close to it. When it was in Atlanta, it was terrible. I literally we were walking back to because we had a hotel. That was the John Jones fight. He was fighting Rashad. They had the hotel, and they had like a little gym across the street in this other hotel, and that's the one we used. And I did the sauna thing, and that's even worse, I think.
Dude, sauna's terrible.
Oh, I'll never do that again. But as I was walking back, like Dad had to catch me. Like I almost passed out several times just walking back to the hotel. And I was younger then. I mean, I was 28, 29. And recovered a lot better. And at the time, you were allowed like, IVs and stuff.
Yeah, I've had two really bad ones where I bulked up to 85. LFA called me on like a 3-week notice to fight a kid. And so I did 30 pounds. Like I got there fight week and I was 30 pounds over. So 5 days I did 30 pounds. In my frame, that's a lot. Like that is
a lot. 30 pounds in 5 days. People looking at you
and
like,
then
what?
I had this guy who was like, "Oh, I'll help you with nutrition, blah blah blah," and he had me do distilled water, and I didn't realize that the weight cut with distilled water is different. Like the rehydration protocol is different. So I did my normal rehydration protocol, and like fight night, like I'm like dizzy, lethargic, like the whole room's spinning, and I'm like, man, this sucks. And then I found out post fight, I went all 3 rounds with the kid, and then he got signed to Bellator afterwards, and he's actually doing pretty decent. Bellator 3-1.
Nice.
Bellator. No, he went up a weight class too, 55-pound division. But anyways, I learned afterwards like distilled water
Not
is
good.
terrible.
That was the thing back in the day, though. I remember, some pro guys at the time. I was just fighting UFC, and my weight cut, we still had no idea what we were doing. Not a whole lot of people had nutritionists. I mean, you had guys like GSP who had like, some pretty good guys helping them out. But everybody else it was just kind of new. It was something we just had to learn on our own. And I remember the week of the fight, I would just have like a half a granola bar a day and just coffee and a lot of water. That's it. I wouldn't even water load. That's how I would lose my weight, man, and just sweat it all out. And now I'm having like 3 meals a day and still losing weight.
Yeah.
Tony, how much weight have you lost?
Well, I was getting ready to say, is all the way that you lost, I found it.
I think, yeah. I was going to say, mine and Weston's weight that we lost.
No, yeah. I mean, it just depends. I got down to, right out of college, I went from 298 to 242.
So is that the smallest you've been
That's
since
the
college?
lightest I've been since college.
Did you find it hard to stay there?
Yeah, I was training 3 times a day. I was eating like no carbs. Like I was miserable.
Yeah.
I was like trying to fight people all the time because I had no carbohydrates.
I remember you and Dad just trying to fight each other constantly.
So and then it just like I just started creeping back up. I started creeping back up, and now I just love food. You know what I mean? I just love food, live life. You know what I'm saying?
That should be a Tony
Bumper
versus
sticker.
Wonderboy. No. Weekly competition to see who could lose more weight.
I think that would be a cool YouTube thing for sure. Yeah. Like Tony go through a weight cutting process.
I'm down, dude. Let's see if I can get down to 205.
No.
In 6 weeks.
In 6 weeks? You think you can
do
do it
that
right
right
now?
now?
285.
You're 285 right now?
Yeah, dude.
Tony, this is the biggest you've ever been since college.
Well, my wife's pregnant. You know what they say, when your wife's pregnant, the men also get pregnant. So I'm embracing the pregnancy
show us the belly. Yeah.
It's a boy. So
do the jiggle, I love it.
Oh, Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda.
That's right, dude.
Yeah. That's why you be breaking people's ribs. You just spin all that weight real fast.
Dude,
Tony
it gets
is
going.
a very explosive guy.
Then centripetal force gets
centripetal.
Yeah.
The
Gets
centripetal.
going, and then the momentum.
Some of the funnest rounds sparring has been with Tony though, like, cause he goes all like light and slow, and then all of a sudden it's like
He explodes.
the fastest like
2 right past your ear, you're like, oh man, that would have killed me.
That's why. That's all that slowness stuff. He's trying to catch his breath.
100% guaranteed, no doubt.
All right, I got a little bit of energy. Just imagine how this guy would be if he just was in the best shape of his freaking life ever.
You were gone one Saturday. We did we were doing 5-minute rounds. So it was 3 minutes of striking, 2 minutes of wrestling, and he would tag in. Dude, I think I had to go like with you and Davini, 3 straight rounds. He would tag in at the 2 minutes. He'd tag in Davini, so I'd be sparring with him, and then as soon as 2 minutes come, Davini would come and hit me from the side, just blast up me. And then Tony would step out, and it was fun though. That was a fun day.
Yeah.
Tony's fun to spar with. He's tricky. It's fun because he keeps the speed and trickiness up for just the right amount of time. You know what I mean? And then he lets you work a little bit.
Yeah, I got it. I don't want to crush everybody.
Yeah.
We're trying to build a team here. I don't want to put everybody down.
Yeah, with the speed and just skill.
Yeah.
I feel if Tony was a Naruto character, 2 things. Number 1, you would be
Choji.
Yeah, Choji clan.
Yeah.
With the food pills.
Yeah. Can't take the last one.
I'm just waiting for the wings to come.
The butterfly.
Yeah, the butterfly.
Unless you're Choji, right? Didn't he like take it but still lived?
Or just a big Senju, dude.
What's a Senju?
First Hokage. Hashirama is like the first. He's like a Senju. Like there's
Hashirama.
The first Hokage.
Oh.
He's like the most powerful. Like they called him like the ninja god. Like he was like the.
Then what eyes did I just get? No, what clan?
No, that was just Naruto. That was that what Uchiha clan eyes you would get.
Yeah, Madara.
Madara.
Who's Madara? Oh, he's the bad guy.
Bro, when's the last time you watched Naruto, dude?
Dude, I haven't watched Naruto since before I got married.
You gotta get back into it, Tony. You gotta rewatch it all.
Like 2013, bro.
Really? I sit there and watch a Naruto episode of just fight scenes and I want to go train.
Mm-hmm.
I'll watch it before I go out there and spar.
Hit that animefillerlist.com and cut out 250 filler episodes.
Yeah, dude.
No, that's what I did.
Yeah,
dude.
Some of those fillers, though, man, they're good. Like, you know, but you gotta pick which ones.
Yeah, I ain't taking
like,
a chance.
Itachi's life growing up, that was sick. So, Kakashi's life, Itachi's life.
Well, they have a list that's like the fillers that are worth watching.
Oh, really?
Give you like a synopsis of
them.
Yeah,
I don't want to sit there and watch Sasuke and his brother go find this cat. You know what I'm saying? It's like what?
Sakura's love for Sasuke.
Oh no.
Or when they built the Naruto robot that just starts wreaking havoc all over.
Yeah, if you don't know what we're talking about, go watch Naruto.
Yeah.
Go watch it.
For real.
Change your life.
Big Weston, man. Thanks for coming on, dude.
Yeah, dude. Appreciate you, Slytherin. You dang Slytherin.
Don't forget, everybody, the link to these bad boys will be down in the description below. Go get your tickets right now to be able to hang out with me and WB commentating these live fights. We got students fighting, teammates fighting. We're going to have a blast. So we're going to be, cutting around, making a good time.
Yeah, dude. It's going to be fun.
And having fun out there.
So, guys, check it out. Hit that subscribe button. You know the deal. Throw some comments down below on which UFC fighters make the Harry Potter houses. Which ones they get.
Wait, I got 2 last ones.
Go for it.
GSP, Anderson Silva.
GSP is Hufflepuff. He's Hufflepuff, dude.
No,
he's mine, man.
No,
no. All right.
I think Gryffindor. And then
okay. And who was the other one?
Anderson Silva.
Anderson Silva. He's Slytherin, man. He's Slytherin. What you think?
I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'll
dude.
take
You
that.
got like the sickest team.
All the Brazilians are Slytherin.
But
Don't
anyway,
forget, Weston, where can they find you, bro? Social media.
At Westin, like the hotel, Westin, Wilson.
Hey, Mr. Wilson.
Yep,
exactly.
That's what I say every time I see him.
WW.
That's right.
Dude, I have, because you, like, in a few of your YouTube videos, you've announced me as, like, the guy with the superhero name. I'll be walking at Walmart or Target, and some little kid I've never seen in my life comes up, hey, you're the guy with the superhero name.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, we've had, like, we took some kids over to a trampoline park today, and we had some kids there that watch our podcast. We had some kids that. Did your chair break?
My chair's just broken.
It's just getting shorter. All right, guys. Love y'all, man. Catch y'all later. Peace.
Peace.